support India. We support India. We support India. Bharat Mata ki jai. Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram.
CAA ఎన్ఆర్సీలకు వ్యతిరేకంగా భారత్ అంతటా నిరసనలు వెల్లువెత్తుతుండగా మరోవైపు యుఎస్లోని వివిధ నగరాలలో CAA ఎన్ఆర్సీలకు మద్దతుగా ఎన్ఆర్ఐలు ర్యాలీ నిర్వహించారు.
We can see. We can see. We support. We support.
వీటిపై ఉన్న తప్పుడు సమాచారాన్ని అపోహలను తొలగించే నేపథ్యంలో ఎన్ఆర్ఐలు ఈ డిసెంబర్ 29న న్యూయార్క్ టైమ్స్ స్క్వేర్ ముందు ఫ్రో CAA ర్యాలీ చేపట్టారు. అలాగే కాలిఫోర్నియాలో బే ఏరియా వద్ద కూడా ర్యాలీ నిర్వహించారు.
We support human rights. We support CAA. We support human rights. We support CAA. We support human rights. Bharat Mata ki jai. Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram. We can see. We can see. We support CAA. We can see.
ఇక తాజాగా నిర్వహించిన ర్యాలీలో ఎన్ఆర్ఐలు మాట్లాడుతూ పాక్, బంగ్లాదేశ్, ఆఫ్ఘనిస్తాన్ దేశాల నుంచి 2014 డిసెంబర్ 31 వరకు భారత్కు వలస వచ్చిన హిందూ, సిక్కు, బుద్ధిస్టులు, జైనులు, పార్సీలు మరియు క్రిస్టియన్లకు భారత పౌరసత్వం కల్పించడమే CAA ముఖ్య ఉద్దేశమని, దీనివల్ల భారతీయుల పౌరసత్వానికి ఎలాంటి ఆటంకం ఉండబోదని తెలిపారు.
My name is Dr. Jayashree Nair. I'm talking from Times Square, New York. We are gathered here. It's a very cold and kind of wet day still during the holiday season, but still hundreds of people gathered here at Times Square to show their support to the Citizenship Amendment Act, which is passed by Modi government in India. So we all supported. We are giving our solidarity to Indian government, Narendra Modi ji, CAA, NRC and NPR. So just wanted to again confirm that our support is with you as NRIs.
It's not a matter of a religion, it's not a matter of one citizen. For every Indian, this is a very important because the national threat and as well national integrity is more important to keep up. So these are the only two acts and bills which can keep India together. Otherwise, it can be anarchy and then it can be persuaded by terrorists. That could be also illegal immigrants can come and make terrorism the main weapon in their hands. So I think these two will make the India secure and safe and one nation, one integrity, one law. That's all it is. NRC and CAA acts are very important, and then we don't want our India to become another Belgium or a Europe or other homegrown terrorists like in America. So we don't support. We support NRC and CAA for every Indian. Every Indian. It's no religion, no caste, no region. This is all Indians. So I support NRC and CAA. Thank you.
వాస్తవాలను తెలుసుకోకుండా ఆందోళనలు చేపడుతున్న వారిని కఠినంగా శిక్షించాలని ఈ ర్యాలీలో పాల్గొనే ఎన్ఆర్ఐలు డిమాండ్ చేశారు.
And I support CAA. People have to understand that it's a very good Citizen Amendment Act. Citizen Amendment Act, and it's benefited the people who are from the neighboring country and deprived from some human rights. So it's a very good step from Indian Parliament and government. Thank you very much. We support India. We support CAA.
Bharat Mata ki jai. Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram. We support India. We support CAA. 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 Bharat Mata ki jai. Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram. Bharat Mata ki jai. Bharat Mata ki jai. We support CAA. We support CAA. We support CAA.
My name is Vilas Reddy. Today we are with overseas friends of BJP President Krishna Reddy ji and Bharat Bharai ji. He came from Chicago for supporting this New York Times Square we support CAA. We all are supporting Modi ji and Amit Shah ji. We support India. We support Modi ji. We support CAA. Thank you. Bharat Mata ki jai.
They have been living in India. They have nowhere to go. And this is an humanitarian act to support these people. So we, the NRI, strongly support CAA and urge everybody else to support these destitute people who need humanitarian help. Jai Hind.
नमस्ते। हम लोग यहाँ पर नागरिकता संशोधन अधिनियम के समर्थन में आए हैं जो मोदी जी और शाह जी की सरकार ने अभी पास किया है, जो हमारे पड़ोसी देशों में जिन लोगों के साथ धर्म के आधार पर हिंसा होती थी, भेदभाव होता था, उन लोगों को भारत के प्रधानमंत्री और गृह मंत्री ने उन लोग को एक अच्छा जीवन देने का निश्चय किया है और हम लोग इसका समर्थन करते हैं। ये ह्यूमन राइट्स के लिए और लोगों के भले के लिए काफ़ी है। इंडिया सपोर्ट्स CAA. We all the NRI community living in America from Times Square supporting CAA. We are here to support the act. Thank you.
So this is Dhiren Mehta from OF BJP. I am from New Jersey and had great opportunity to come here and attend this wonderful session by the forum here, Intellectual Forum of Indian American. Generally the intellectual word is associated with those who give the title to themselves, but they are very leftist and extremist. This intellectual forum is actually talking about the idea where they are listening to others and are actually talking about the true issues and facts. The topic here today was talking about the secularism and how CAA is actually to preserve the secularism and the India's tradition of giving shelter to those who are persecuted, and that was a great discussion here. Thanks to the association here and those who organized this. I believe we should have this more often so that the people understand the issues. Thanks a lot.
And they have, before I start, they have 6 minutes to speak and 3 minutes of open discussion and talk. And if we could keep within that time frame would be lovely. So first up, I would like to introduce you all to the president of the Indian American Intellectuals Association, Arish Sahani ji. He is a community leader and activist in New York and US, and he has taken over from the wonderful and larger-than-life Nareen Kataria ji, whom we all remember and are friends with. What a wonderful man. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Arish ji, who has been doing so much for us in New York City over so many decades. Thank you.
Namaskar. Before I start, I want to recite Gayatri Mantra, and I hope everybody knows Gayatri Mantra. I hope everybody sitting here is a Hindu by his ancestors. So now let's say Om, Om, Om. And now we do Gayatri Mantra about 3 times. Om Bhurvaswa Tasavitavareniyam Bhargo Devasude Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurvaswa Tasavitavareniyam Bhargo Devasude Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurvaswa Tasavitavareniyam Bhargo Devasude Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Bharat Mata ki Jai. Bharat Mata ki Jai. Bharat Mata ki Jai. It's an honor to stand here and talk to you on a very simple, basic things. Indian American Intellectual Forum was formed by Mr. Nayan Kataria, me, Chaudhary, and M.G. Prasad. Kataria ji is not here. Dr. M.G. Prasad is not here, but me as the president and Chaudhary as the vice president, and you are all the members of Indian American Intellectual Forum just by attending this program. So you should feel the part of this Indian American Intellectual Forum. Now, question is why we are gathered here and why these meetings are important. I think the meetings are very important. When people get together, they start feeling about each other. Now, when you sit here, sit with each other, you connect to each other, then love and respect develops automatically. So these meetings are very, very important, and we should thank Chaudhary for this, because he initiated this idea that we should get together and we should, even 50 people come, 40 comes, doesn't matter, let's get together. And I want to thank Chaudhary ji to taking that initiative. We have been conducting Indian Hindu Unity Day for last 22 years. And we have been very successful because of only one reason, because we have Dr. Subramanian Swami as our chief guest every time. And every time he comes here, we arrange the program and it becomes a success. And he's the only one we know he is for Hindus because he talks clearly and point to the point. And I think we should all watch what he says, when he says, where he says. He's always on the YouTube. And I request all of you, if you have not watched him, please do that. So that will be my request to you. Now coming to today's point, it's very simple. Everybody knows what CAA is there. I'm not going to describe it at all. So what I'm going to tell you, I have some questions, and hopefully those questions will make you understand what we should be doing. So I want to ask you some questions. You call yourself human beings, you are educated, you know how to get information, you call yourself Hindu, you belong to the oldest culture of world, you know other civilization perished, you know your civilization still exists because this civilization has been births of many great souls who brought new thoughts and reform. You know you have an enemy. You know these facts. Your enemy has a very clear goal. You know your enemy lives around you. You know enemy plans. You are the people who are bad. Do you ever told them that they are bad? If not, why not? Do you have a leader? Do you like him or her? What you can do for them? Do you know the history of Islam? Do you know the history of Christian? Do you know how and when local? Do you know how many millions died to register? So do you know the history of Christian? Do you know how and when local got converted to their cultures? Do you see any control of your when and where when will you raise it? You know there is no one like you in this world. You know you are unique, but you know today what you do affects your surrounding. If you're good, thanks to your parents and to your company, now you can see what's happening to the world around you. Why I'm asking these questions? Because these are the questions should come in everybody's mind. If you don't have these questions in your mind, you will not get up and do anything. So the whole idea of putting these questions was not to give you details of what CA is there. I don't want to tell you what's happening in India, what Islam is doing, what Christian is doing. You should know, ask this question to yourself, and from this question you should initiate your self-knowledge. This 21st century is a century of information. Everything is available on the fingerprints. I feel sometimes very ashamed. All the people who converted in the last 1500 years or 2500 years have all the information to know what happened to the people who converted and who didn't convert it. And it's time that they should understand, go to the Google, search what their forefathers were there, why they converted, and why they are still following the same culture while they can convert and change themselves. Today, if you see in America, we have many good souls came in this country. We have ISKCON organization started by Prabhupada, who was at age 60, came in this country. Look what he has done, miracle. Only with one reason, he brought some message of non-violence, not on violence, but also devotion, yoga, meditation, and loving each other, giving free food. So all these good things, we have it. Why we Hindus are not doing anything while we can do a lot? Now, why we are not doing anything? Because we are not united. Why we are not united? We don't know the reason. Maybe we don't have leaders. Maybe we have leaders, but they don't know what to do. So all this meeting, what we're doing is to bring, I'm putting this question in your mind, so you should ask yourself, hey, what is my life is all about? Today we have been told as a Hindu that you should always ask this question to yourself. Why I am born? What I am doing in this earth? What are my goals and where I will go after I am dead? You all know that today whatever we have belongs to somebody else. As per our Gita, and whatever we have will belong to somebody else, and it will go to somebody else in the future. So we come with nothing, go with nothing. The question is what we are doing in this country, what we are doing in this world, we should be very careful about it.
It's a very honoring for me to say a few words in this meeting. I was asked by Mr. Chaudhary a couple of days ago, and I could make it. I'm so lucky that I met all of you. And I hear some of the pains, I hear some of the enthusiasms so far spoken by Dr. Kakkar and Shahaniji. I'll tell you a few things of my experience as a Hindu whose family was living in Bangladesh, and when India was divided, I believe it was divided on the basis of two things, on the religion and religion only. Hindus will live in Hindustan, which is nowadays India, and Muslims will live in Pakistan, which was known as East Pakistan and West Pakistan before. Now is East Pakistan became Bangladesh and West Pakistan remains Pakistan. So if that was done by the Mahatma Gandhi leadership and Nehruji's support and our Bengali leaders, they all wanted that way. So my question was very simple. When I was like 3 and 4 years old, one day some people came to our house, they were Muslims, and they said, my father was known in the area as Thakurda. Since we were Bengali Brahmins, we had a temple in the area. My father was a very learned man, my grandfather, that was our tradition. So everybody used to tell my dad, Thakurda. They came and said, Thakurda, you have 24 hours to leave this place, and if you don't, we'll simply come and kill you. My question, my father took his suitcase and hold my hand and my sister's hand, my mother and my aunt. We were going into the train station. Then I asked my dad, Baba, ki hoyeche? Means, Daddy, what happened? Why I have to leave this place? My father said, you won't understand it. Someday when you understand, try to help everybody who became like you today and who will become like you tomorrow. If you can bring a change into their lives, that will be the best thing you will be doing as a human being, as a Hindu, because Hinduism is the most powerful and most valuable thing you are born in. Try to utilize it. So my question to all these things, all our Hindu brothers and Hindu sisters, nowadays whenever we see something is happening, Muslims are doing something, we just try to say, or not to say it, not to think about it. Our gentleness is considered by the other party. In other words, Muslims, they think we are cowards. We don't have the strength to fight back, or we will never, instead of fighting back, we will never attack them. Their atrocities. I'm not trying to attack them personally. Their atrocities, that should be attacked all the times. And whenever you see any Hindu innocent person is being tortured or anything, please raise your voice, because we have to speak up. If we don't speak up, nobody will understand our pain, understand our destitute situation that we are in. So we must speak up, and we must say to our God, God, thank you, you made me a Hindu, and I must carry your duty as a Hindu.
Yes, my name is Pavitra Chaudhary. I am a resident here in New York, in Brooklyn. And this Indian American Intellectual Forum, it was created in 1996, 1997. Our first president was Professor Ramesh Diwan. He is an economist He was an economist in National College, upstate Manhattan, New York. And after him, Professor Robi Kulkarni, a mathematician from CUNY, was our president. We are working actually for intellectually arriving the future problems of India and how to combat those problems and how to live here in India as a secular nation, not in the way the secular is considered by the average Indians, but in the right way as it should be for a secular nation. Now we find here that there is a big problem in India that is created by the actually totally atheist persons and theocratic persons to divide India and to make India and to take India into a theocratic state. And as a way to turn it into theocracy, they are taking the name of actually it is surprising, but they are hell-bent upon destroying the secularism to impose theocracy. So they are trying to say that we want secularism. And as a secularism, they are doing the means of non-secular, non-democratic way. Instead of challenging the decision of the government by vote, they are going to rowdyism and actually effective vandalism and violence, so that the whole country ultimately will be destroyed.
My name is Arish Kumar Sahani. I'm a president of Indian American Intellectual Forum. We have been doing a Hindu Unity Day celebration for last 22 years. It's time that India should be declared as a Hindu nation. It's time that Hindus should get united. It's time that what's going wrong should be corrected. It's time the BJP should remain in the power for next 10 years or 20 years. It's time that Hindus should feel that if India is not there, he has no existence. The CAA bill has done a wonderful thing in inspiring Hindus to be united. I hope this goes on. Modi hai to mumkin hai. Let's pray for Modi's long life and long life of India and Sanatan Dharma.
Naran Kataria ji is our guru. I think I cried as much as his family cried when he passed away. And so I just want to say that Hinduism is a religion, is the only religion that is available today in the world that speaks for inclusiveness, that speaks for the major religion, that speaks for us, and it is a worth of protecting. It is one of the most scientific religion we have in the world. And if we lose it, it's not just a loss to us, it's a loss to the humanity. When you look at what is going on with the Christian says our God is the only God, Muslim says our God is the only God. And but even Buddhism also doesn't say that. Ours is the only religion which says that every form of worship, no matter what you call, like Sadhguru says, our country is not a religious, it's a country of seekers. Every God is in any form you have. That is why for what is going on in the world, Hinduism is the best answer we have. And it is the most scientific religion. Everything, you look at, most people only look at the virtue of rituals, but behind everything in Hinduism, there is so much science behind it. And even now they are exploring what it is. So we have been active for last 10 years with the Kataria ji, Alisha ji, Pavitra ji and all. Supporting BJP. Supporting also, we also support Narendra Modi ji and BJP. In fact, my wife she took her 3 weeks vacation this year vacation and did campaigning in the villages in Karnataka. So we all have to do it. There are so many people who have done it, and we all have to do it, and that's the only way we are going to make change. But I just want you to understand what is going on in the world today.
What is life like living in Pakistan or Bangladesh? Let's take to Bangladesh for non-Muslims. I am an outsider in a way. I don't live in Bangladesh. My family is not there. I am not uprooted. I am from Punjab. And fortunately, when the partition took place, my hometown came within India, and the border from my hometown is only 3 miles. So it's a stroke of luck that I am within India. I was a little kid, okay? All I knew is how people were crossing into Pakistan and the trains were coming from Pakistan with dead bodies. Not live bodies, they were dead bodies. But I was not allowed to go, I was too little. The point we're really making today is when any nation works and gives shelter to the oppressed, that nation is complimented, that nation is appreciated by the world. Here, India has gone out of its way after almost a lapse of 50 years of suffering of Bangladeshi Hindus, Sikhs, and other minorities, and it is being ridiculed in the West, and it is being even agitated against by some of the Indians in India. That is because none of us spread what went on and what you all suffered from or your family when you came. I was amazed that one of my own colleagues, whom I know for 15 years plus, it's only yesterday that I found out what he went through when he was a little kid, how he hid in the sari of her mother, and how he walked for 4 or 5 days to come to India, because we don't talk about it. If we don't talk about it, how will anybody know what we went through? Okay? It is the first time yesterday that I learned from a Kashmiri, and I have Kashmiri friends for the last 50 years. I've been in this country for about 53 years. 53 years. Sorry, it disclosed my age, okay? I could have otherwise said I'm much younger than that, okay? But just to say, and he told me that from the Muslim masjid, it wasn't namaz that was coming. The message coming was, leave your daughters and go. Are you with me? Leave your daughters and go. And that was the message. Okay? So they just left with their children. The question at this time is not that this community, the Bengali community, minorities in Bangladesh have been suffering for more than 1971, and this is about 48 years. 1947. And Senator Kennedy in 1971 has recorded on November 1st, 1971, that the Hindu community has been suffering in Bangladesh for the last so many years, and he used straight words, which we don't use. I do, but most of you don't, I think. Have been massacred, have been gruesomely killed. And this has been written in Wall Street Journal as far back as 1985, has been written in Time magazine as far back as 2001, today it's 2019, that's 18 years ago, and has been reported by the Canadian Human Watch Group from 2001 to 2007. And there have been delegations from the United States Congress to Bangladesh, am I right? And Pavitra was there when the delegation went. I do not know whether you went there or not, but I did not, because if I had gone there, you wouldn't be seeing me alive here now. I would be also gone, okay? Because that's what is the culture, unfortunately, of this. So what can we do? There are few things as Bengalis and Bangladeshis you can do. Okay? That is, whether you write an open letter, taking even a small advertisement in your local paper, sending a petition to the Prime Minister, saying all Bangladeshi Hindus and minorities who have been made to leave their country We need restitution and monetary compensation for the property we left behind.
I'm saying Hinduism absolutely is one of the greatest philosophic religion, scientific religion. I'm totally in favor. And what I'm trying to say is, because Hinduism is the way Hinduism is, which we know is, it's one of the most scientific language, it's very philosophical, it doesn't discriminate, all these things. So with that framework in mind, what I'm trying to say is the moment you say they are Islam, we do, what I'm trying to say, our own philosophy, fundamental philosophy, you're actually, you're kind of, how to say, you're minimizing the philosophy. What I'm trying to say is that we should reach, politicians and say, look, this is what Hinduism is all about. We support the oppressed.
Hello, my name is Vincent Bruno, and I'm from Justice for Hindus. I support CAA because a few years ago, back in 2016, I went and visited the Hindu refugee camps in Delhi. These are Hindus who escaped the Islamic State of Pakistan and came to India seeking refuge. There were a lot of small children in that camp. There were a lot of women, families, and they were starving. They had no commodities. You can find these camps in other areas of India, but what you're not going to find in India is Muslim refugee camps. There are no Muslim refugee camps because there are no Muslim refugees. CAA addresses a problem that's there, a real problem. Muslims don't need CAA. They can stay in Pakistan if they want. They can stay in Bangladesh or Afghanistan if they want. Hindus don't have that option. So we need to do something that addresses that issue specifically, and CAA does that. It addresses the specific issue of Hindu asylum seekers in the state of India, and it's because of what I saw in those refugee camps. That's why I support CAA.
My very brief talk is called What Does Democracy Look Like? Vandalism as an Obstacle to Conflict Resolution in a Democracy. In my brief talk today, I want to raise the key issue of conflict resolution in the Indian democracy today. The Greek root of the word democracy, which is a combination of demos and kratia, translates as people rule or rule by the people. However, the question that has been brought up again and again in the current Indian context is, who are the people? However, if we accept this contestation over the definition of democracy in India today, it is important to understand that on the ground, any kind of political dialogue that the opposition wants to have with the government has to keep democracy front and center in its discussion. No matter how many philosophers have argued that in its ideal form, democracy can also become anarchy. The pragmatic demands today, despite all the reasons the people or demos has for or against the establishment, is that their representatives, no matter what their arguments for or against, at the heart of a resolution is the ability of the demos or the people to sit with the government for negotiation and dialogue. Vandalism and destruction of state property might send a message to the establishment about the anger of that part of the demos which is opposed to the policies of the government, but it is not the most astute or wise way to pave the way for getting to the negotiation table for a dialogue with the government. Credibility is key here, no matter how conservative that argument sounds. Now, I also want to address the issue of media and democracy. When we, both in the United States and in India,
when we had constitutional protection for the freedom of the press, we were not talking in a world where social media was prevalent. Now, what it has become is we have a lot of independent journalists in social media. And what we need to also be aware, and I go back to the issue of credibility of the opposition, and I'm here playing the devil's advocate and talking about even if we do not agree with the opposition, by virtue of the fact that we are claiming ourselves to be connected overseas with the democracy of India, we need to understand where the freedom of press lies in an environment of social media. Do we distribute as activists, whether in favor of the establishment or against the establishment, as independent journalists who are also activists? Do we take pictures of other kinds of congregation happening in other parts of the world and submit it on social media and say, this is the level of opposition in India? Because that is fake news, right? And I'm sitting on Facebook and I'm seeing people having to pull down those pictures. Either way, vandalism or the kind of fake news that is being circulated, it does not lead to credibility. And at the heart of the rule of the people, whether it is for pragmatic reasons or whether it is for idealistic reasons, if they even want to get to the table to sit with the establishment, there has to be credibility.
My name is Vilas Reddy, Overseas Friends of BJP, National Youth Co-Convener. Special thanks to Indian American Intellectual Forum, because to open discussion about secularism, what is CAA, many speakers have gave wonderful suggestions. These discussions should go to the social media. Whatever discussion in this room, it should go in the outside of the media. So other than America, we have should social media we can inform to other countries what is CAA, what is Modi is doing. And many times the intellectual words comes, always communists are coming, universities, and they will give the lectures, they will talk about all negatives of India. So we need to encounter from this Indian American Intellectual Forum. Now onwards, it should open for forum always. So all the show up is needed in future also. And I am from Hyderabad, Telangana. You know the famous word Telangana, Hyderabad means you remember one name is the MIMOIC. I know. Those are under the present government TRS, Telangana Rashtra Samiti government in Telangana. They are not supporting for CAA. Because of in Hyderabad, 50,000 documented Rohingyas are in Hyderabad. So that is the documented, and the undocumented are double or like 4-5 times, because right, the one Muslim family can 10 or 20 people come. So that is a documented 50,000 Rohingyas in Hyderabad. We don't know undocumented. So that's why they are voting or appeasement they are doing. So we are now next West Bengal, the Telangana is the critical problem. So what is the next target is BJP government should form in West Bengal. After that in Telangana we are targeting. There's a next upcoming elections, West Bengal and Telangana, BJP will form. So now my request is all we need to support CAA. What is the Citizen Amendment Act? Today we are doing at Times Square 2 o'clock, all Indian American community along with YUPP. So if you have once this session done, please come to the Times Square. It is 20 minutes from here, 2 o'clock. Please join and please support. Thank you. Thanks a lot, all the team.
The Indian Citizenship Act of 2019, I am, and many of my brothers and friends here are direct beneficiaries of this magnanimous action on the part of India. I salute you. I salute India. I want to point out something, but the very last point, then I go to my point if you give me like 3 minutes. I heard a lot of discussion about Rohingya Kashmir. Let me tell you something very humbly, if I may, Professor. There are 45 Islamic countries in the world, and 5 Muslim majority nations. They can take care of the persecuted Muslims. There is only, very humbly presenting it. I have thought about this. There is only one Hindu majority country in the world, and in Nepal, but only India. Any Hindu anywhere in the world look up to India as their savior also. The roots of our religion, a myth, if you will, if you like, whatever it is, our culture, it all goes back to India. We Indians, we Hindus, wherever we may live in the world, we need a shelter to go to. This is exactly what India has kindly done. My sister from Calcutta, well, I grew up as an SFI kind of person in Bangladesh, and our songs were We Shall Overcome and Bob Dylan. Many of you are. But look, today, let's talk what is reality. I'm a realist. I'm not going to go Muslim bashing here. What the Muslims are as a religious group is too well known to the world. You have seen what they have done in Nigeria 2 days ago. How many people they have slaughtered. Okay, having said that.
My name is Bishwajit Chakraborty. I am the representing Overseas Friend of Bengal BJP. And as you know, we are involved in Bengal politics very much. And the CAA is very much applicable to the Bengal. But what is CAA actually, as you know, we support it because it is not to take anybody's citizenship. It is giving the citizenship. There is a pause, except the Muslim who have been illegally entered to our Bengal from the 3 neighboring countries, Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan, after 71. Is it a discrimination? No, not at all. Because the Act clearly says that the non-Muslim who have been tortured, humiliated, raped, killed in the 3 Islamic countries. So any Muslim belongs to these 3 Islamic countries, there is no chance that they will be humiliated for the religious purpose. So the Muslims are out, but it is equally beneficial to the existing Muslim of India and who are recent in India and all the citizens. Why it is so late? Why Modi ji is bringing this issue? Because this is a burning issue since independence, but nobody said about that. They simply encash this issue. Being a Bengali, I know the Congress, CPM, TMC, they encash this issue. They said it is just some skin disease, it will be okay, but not. It is a cancer. Modi ji is the first person who said it is a cancer and you need the chemotherapy. We are passing through that chemotherapy, which is painful, but the end of that, we'll get a healthy India back, which is equally beneficial to any Indians, irrespective to any religions. So we support this one and we will be most beneficial from that. Once again, it is Bishwajit from Overseas Friend of Bengal. I'm a very close person.